Hello everyone, welcome to Literature Warriors. So today I'm going to discuss the poem Farewell to Barn and Stack and Tree, which is written by A.E. Housmam. So this poem comes under the theme of conflict in your O-level literature anthology. So many students have requested me to do an analysis on this poem. So here we go with the analysis. Well, so let me first tell you something about the poet. So the poet is actually Alfred Edward Housmam, right? So he is an English poet. So English poet, and also an English classical scholar. English classical scholar and a poet. Well, so most of his poems he has written in the form of epigrammatic. So this is not the time to analyze what epigrammatic is. So that is a form of writing. So you may just go through the definitions and find out the meaning. So it is the form he has written. In most of his poems we can see the style of writing. So, and also you have to remember that in most of his poems he has evoked the dooms and disappointments of youth. So doom and disappointment. Doom and disappointment. Yes, doom and disappointment. So of youth actually. So in this poem also we can see a similar story, and you also have to know that A.E. Housmam has always promoted the rural beauty, simplicity, the agricultural nature and all. So from the title itself we can come to the conclusion that he has used this kind of rural agricultural background in this poem too. So we'll first go through the title of the poem. So it is Farewell to Barn and Stack and Tree. Well, so farewell means goodbye, telling goodbye. Farewell means telling goodbye. So to barn, barn in Sinhala we call it atuva, and this is a place used for storage or keeping animals such as cattle. So that is a place used to keep animals such as cattle. Well, so stack is a pile or heap of leaves. Kola godak in Sinhala. So, and the other word is tree. So you can see here, this person here, the narrator in the poem, telling goodbye to barn, stack and tree. So this sounds absurd at once, because now normally we say goodbye to living things and living people, living creatures. But here the narrator is telling goodbye to three non-living things. So it sounds somewhat absurd and it's strange. So however we can emphasize that this person has been attached to these non-living things, because these places, barns, stags and also trees, we can see a lot of trees in the rural setting. So telling goodbye to these non-living things suggests that this person has a great attachment with these non-living things. So he is from a rural setting. Well, so let me go through the stanzas now. So before that, I just want you to know that the incident in the poem is discussed as this. So the narrator, now this is written in actually first person narration. You can see I is there, so this is first person narration. So the narrator addresses a person called Morris, right? Sorry, a person called Terence, and it appears that he is making a confession. You know what confession is. Now, if you have done something wrong, you have to confess yourself. So, this person is also doing something like that. He is confessing actually of a murder, because you know, I know that you have already read this poem, so you have slight understanding about the poem. So you know the narrator is making a confession of a murder, and he bids farewell. He bids farewell. You can see the repetition of the word farewell even in the title. So he bids farewell to the farm, the rural setting, and the agricultural background where he was born and grown up. So now he is a young man. So we can see that when we go through the poem, and that is the incident. And also we can see when we go through the poem, the narrator is emphasizing that he would not return to this place, this bounded place again. He would not return. So something serious has happened. That's why he is rejecting to come again to this place of his childhood. Okay. So many critics have many ideas about this, the situation, incident, and all. So one of these, the famous criticism is, it says that the narrator and his brother has loved the same. His brother's name is actually Morris. Brother's name is Morris, and both the narrator and brother Morris have loved the same girl called Lamastite. This is one of the beliefs which is woven around this poem. So both these two people, narrator and the brother Morris, have loved the same girl called Lamastite, and you can see Lamastite is cheating these two brothers. So finally, the narrator has maybe in an argument, he has got sudden temper. He has actually lost his temper, and he has stabbed his own brother Morris, stabbed to death. He has been stabbed to death. So now the narrator is making a confession, repenting over the deed he has already done. So we'll go through it. This is the small incident here. So we'll go through the stanzas and analyze more about it. Well, so the first stanza is: farewell to barn and stack and tree, farewell to Seven Shore. Terence, look your last at me, for I come home no more. So you can see the protagonist, actually he has reacted to sudden impulse. The protagonist has reacted to sudden impulses, and now he regrets. Yes, so we can see his regression. Look last at me, look your last at me, I come home no more. So this is he regrets over what happened. Well, he regrets over what happened. So you can see, now I told you that the brother's name is Maurice. So in most of Housman's poems, Terence here say who is considered as the brother, right? Brother. In most of his poems, Terence has been taken as the brother's character in Housman's poems. So here also we can see he is addressing to Terence, right? But it is said that his brother's real name is Maurice, right? Well, so however, this person is talking to Terence. The narrator is talking to Terence, and now he is bidding farewell and telling, "Look, you're last at me." Well, so you can see farewell to barn and stack and tree, and to seven shore. So seven shore means actually the beach. So it is the name of the beach. Seven is the name of the beach. So it may be very close to his childhood and his life, like similar to the barn, stack and tree, the agricultural setting. Maybe he is near the coastal area too. Well, so then and you can see, we'll go for the second stanza. The sun burns on the half-moon hill. By now the blood is dried, and Maurice among us the hay lies still, and my knife is in his side. There. So you can see this. Now here he mentions the word Maurice. Maybe his name is Maurice Terence, right? So Terence, look you're last at me, for I come home no more. Now here he mentions the name Maurice. So it is believed that the narrator is speaking to or addressing to Terence, but his brother is Maurice. Maybe both names are used for brother, or there may be some other thing. However, he is making a confession. That is what we have to consider. Well, so the sun burns on the half-moon hill. So that shows now now the situation or the setting has been clearly emphasized here, and it is a hot day, right? Sun burns. That means a hot day. So usually we know hot days we are also burning inside, and we are getting actually hot temper these days. As human beings, they also have hot temper in the sun burns, and also it indirectly, the burning sun suggests some kind of anger or sudden impulse. Well, then so we can see half-moon hill. So that shows that the work has half-moon. So the work is only half done, not fully completed, right? So the work has been done half, and it is a hot day on that day, right? Then it shows by now the blood is dried. So we get to know about blood here. So blood suggests something serious, and also it suggests the dried blood, right? So it suggests that a person has been died. And it's some time ago. That's why the blood has been dried, right? So you can see, and Maurice among us the hay lies still, and the knife is in his side. So you can now get to know that he has used this tool, knife, to stab the stab his brother Morris. So you can understand here with this, a murder has happened, it has taken place. The murder has taken place. There's a, so we can get to know that the hints are there. Blood, the dried blood is there. One person is lies still. Still means, you know, no movement. So we can just get to know that a person lies on the floor without any movement, and there is blood dried on him, and there is a knife. So it suggests that there has been happened a murder. Well, then we'll go for the third stanza. My mother thinks us long away, 'tis time the fields were mown. She had 2 sons at rising day, tonight she'll be alone. So this stanza is very emotional actually. Actually it's very emotional because it mentions about mother. Very emotional. And you can understand that also this reveals the narrator's concern for his mother. Narrator's great concern for his mother, but he has already done a crime now. So it is really emotional because it says that at the rising day means in the morning. In the morning, mother had 2 sons, but tonight she'll be alone because one son has already died and the other one is going to leave the place and mother will be alone. Now he is telling all these things. So this suggests his repentance as well. He's repenting over what happened. Narrator's repentance and his inability to leave his kinsman, really the relatives. Leave the blood relations. Well, so let me go to the other stanza now. So this is very emotional because he is telling that his mother will be alone after this, after his decision, because he has done one wrong thing, killing his brother, and now he's gonna leave the place and mother will be alone. So we can also understand that they are having a close connection. This mother, son, 2 sons and mother are having a close relationship. That's why the narrator has a very good concern about his own mother. Well, so let me go to the 4th stanza now. And here's a bloody hand to shake. Oh man, here's goodbye. We'll sweat no more in the synth and rake. My bloody hands and eyes. So here this is very emphatic because my bloody hands and eyes. So you can see how tragic this situation is. He is having a kind of a mental frustration. His mental frustration, you can see. Mental frustration. And also he's kind of having a trauma, right? He's having a mental trauma, we can see. He's confused and having a mental trauma. You know what trauma is? Trauma is something that we really affected. Our mind has been really affected by this some incident. So it's something very shocking. Well, So he says his hands got bloody actually after the murder. Now he is a person who has done a sinful person, the narrator. Then before that he had a clean hand. At the same time it suggests before this incident he had a clean hand, but now he is having dirty or bloody hands, and it suggests that he has used to be an innocent person, and you can see also now his life has been corrupted, and he is actually unable to face the society, and with this unexpected incident. So the unexpected incident has happened due to his sudden impulse. So you can see it suggests earlier he was innocent, and he has used to be innocent, and now his inability to face the society. Well, so this has become an unexpected incident, and it affected him a lot. And it again says, we'll sweat no more on synth and rake. You know, synth and rake both used for the agricultural purposes. You know, synth means the tool that you use to cut the paddy, dakatta, and we'll sweat no more on synth and rake. So that suggests that they have used to live. This suggests sweating. It is how they have found their living. They has been used to do hard work and earn. So we can also say we'll sweat. We'll, the cooperation they had really unity, harmony. We always talk about the unity and harmony in rural settings. So it is also something like that, unity, harmony, and their cooperation. They have all done this together. And also you can say bloody hands has been repeated, and it shows his mental frustration and the mental trauma he is undergoing. Well, let me go to the next stanza, and it says, I wish you strength to bring you pride, and a love to keep you clean, and I wish you luck come Lamastide at racing on the green. Well, so you can see this. So it suggests that the poet creates a very emotional weave again. Emotional weave. Well, so the narrator generously and frankly, actually, generously and frankly wishes and invites Lamastide to think of another love, because the two people she has been loved has been now, one of them has been now dead, and the other one is gonna leave the place. So we can see this narrator is, although he has done something out of sudden impulse, he is having a really gentle heart, because that's why he has had the courage to wish the person who has destroyed his and his brother's lives. So and you can see at racing on the green. So race. So this suggests actually the life struggle. Green means is they belong to the greenery lands. They are farming, they are in an agricultural setting, they are in a rural setting. So in this world, they are having another world actually with all these greenery fields. So he is asking, you can go for the winner. You know, he wants to see her as a winner of this race, in this life struggle. He wants to see her as a winner of this struggle. So he kindly, frankly and generously wishes, and also this suggests that he is a very, the narrator has a gentle heart. So though he has done a crime, killing his own brother, actually when somebody says that one brother has killed his own brother, we actually get angry with that person and we blame that person and we criticize that person. But here you can see the poet has created this scene in a very emotional manner. So we don't feel to blame this person who has committed a murder. So though he has killed his own brother, we feel kind of sympathetic towards this person who has done the murder, because he is now repenting over the thing and we can understand he has done this out of sudden impulse. But it's legally, when it comes to legal case, it is not something to be sympathized, because he has done a murder and killed a person. Well, so let me go to the final stanza here. Long for me to reek and wait, and long will wait the fault, and long will stand the empty plate, and dinner will be cold. So you can see here, this is really emotional again. It reflects the sadness, and the repentance of the narrator, and his mind has been filled with all these things, and he is very sad to leave this place. And he reiterates how he is unable to forget the life he has found in this, he has spent in this farm. That's why he is talking about all these things. The rick, the leaves, the paddy leaves, and folding the paddy. So that means gathering the paddy. This ricking, folding are the things done in farming, so especially in agriculture. So all these words are symbolical because it suggests the agricultural setting, agriculture, and also you can see that he is telling, he is only having some predictions, telling will, because he is going to leave the place and he predicts. So, and the emphatical terms used suggest he is really in a frustrated state, because that sense that living on the farm was his dream forever. He has he lost his dream. His dream was to live in the farm. So now he's gonna give up that dream because he has done something really wrong. And you can also see the last line, the empty plate. Now this is the situation of poor people actually. Empty plate. If they don't work, they will get empty plates. They won't get their plates filled if they don't work. And the dinner will be cold. So these two lines are the climax actually. The climax, because it's very emotional situation to narrator, and he actually knows that his mother who is left here will be suffered from this empty plate. So it's in a way it suggests his affection for mother, mother, but at the same time he has guilty feelings. As readers, we also feel ashamed at this point about this narrator, and now he is deprived of now his dreams and his relationships. Now he has been deprived of motherly care because cold, now always love and affection goes with warmth. Now, after this situation, after leaving this place, his dream was to be in this farm, and he always had the care and love of his mother, but now he's gonna be deprived of all these things. Even he had a brother and all these things. So now he's gonna be absent to the place where he was born and grown. So now he is actually repenting over what he has done. So the significant thing here is the narrator has created emotions in readers as well. Now, as I told you, if we feel that a person has done something wrong, has killed his own brother, we have very aggressive feelings towards the person towards the murderer. But here the narrator is very effectively brings out some emotional thoughts towards this narrator who has committed the murder, because he emphatically suggests that this has happened due to sudden impulse. So we also know that actually it is a very universal theme. The sudden impulses won't do any good for our decisions in any way, because whatever the decision we take, whether it is a positive one or a negative one, it affects our life really. It affects our lives in greater with greater effects actually. So here also this person, the narrator, has been repenting over, and he is having a very pathetic condition, a mental frustration, and he is discontented actually. His discontentment because he has now lost his all dreams and hopes, motherly care, brother's love, everything, and he suffers with bloody hands and having a very traumatic condition. So you can see, as I told at the very beginning of the poem, the poet has been created how the youth suffer from doom and disappointment. Maybe it is his fate. That's why a sudden impulse has been arrived and he has killed his own brother. Well, so it can be taken as one of the themes as well, and there are also some other themes like unrequited love, the transitory nature of life, and the rural pastoral life. I would be discussing these themes and techniques in a separate video. So until that, I think you have understood the poem. Now, another video, and thank you all for watching.